Hello everybody, it's Pant3ra from WCR Replays doing an audio commentary. This audio has been copyrighted 2005 by WCReplays.com, so don't go stealing it. And today it's going to be 4K Fob versus Pant3ra, and I'm going to be going over ghoul gargs, and it's going to hopefully help you guys out a little bit, at least. If you guys could get this paused at the 2-minute and 45-second mark, that'd be good. And oh yeah, I'm trying to work on my enthusiasm, not say anyways so much, and trying not to not say so much. Anyhow, so basically I'm just gonna be going over like pretty much on what to harass with the gargoyles after all the wisps are gone, because that's just a given. Pretty much take out all the wisps, so the night elf doesn't have any lumber, so they can't make as many units. They can't get like an expansion up as easy, because night elf love to expand versus undead. Actually, night elf love to expand against any race, so if they don't have any lumber up, or if they don't have that much lumber, they're gonna have to make a decision whether to get an expansion, which is just gonna give them more gold and not really any wood, so that's not gonna be really good for them. They're not going to really want that, or they're going to get out some units, but not that many because they don't have any lumber, because undead owns night elf, if you know how to do it. Anyhow, hopefully you guys are at the 2-minute and 45-second mark. I don't like talking about build orders at all. It just sucks. I like seeing the hero get out, and then I can just like basically talk about the hero and all that good stuff, and don't have to talk about the build order or whatever. Anyhow, if you're not at the 2-minute and 45-second mark, Alt and Tab are on your keyboard for a reason. So let's get this unpaused in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay, so right now he goes late altar. Of course, he doesn't get a shop because a couple of reasons. The first one, there you go, set home again. Oh well, I don't care anymore. Anyhow, the first reason is if he gets skeletons, they're just going to get detonated by the wisps anyways, and that's not going to be good because it's going to hurt his Death Knight's mana as it is too, because Remind's going to try to get the detonate on his Death Knight or whatever, so then he won't have as many coils to save his ghouls, so ultimately it kind of puts him back and costs 130 gold for the shop, then another 150 gold for the rod, so that's a lot, and then you're going to want to get a dust, so that's another 75 gold. So if you could just wait till nightfall, like keep the harass on him of course with ghoul guard, because you don't really creep much, but wait till nightfall, go to the shop, grab a dust, and then keep on the harass with him. You don't want him to be creeping at all, especially since he has a Beastmaster. Those summons are going to be, he's going to be able to creep really fast with all those summons that he's going to be summoning. So he's just going to be basically saying, look here, I'm right here, here's my goals, here's my Death Knight, you're not going to be creeping. And then Remind starts chasing him, and he's like, oh yeah, I am, and then runs back, and then they just keep doing that. As Wicked used to call it, and like his first audio, it's a Gosu dance. It's pretty much what they're doing right now. And he's almost to tier 2, usually halfway to tier 2. You want to get a graveyard and a second crypt up, so by the time you're at tier 2 you'll have 2 crypts, and then you'll be able to pump out gargoyles faster. Alright, so he gets an archer, and then this is where his Beastmaster tries to run back, but he was right by the trees, which is a good idea. It's a surround, obviously. When you're in a surround like this, and one ghoul is getting focused, just move it back, because they're probably not going to get out of the surround if it's a tight surround like this, because the ghouls are so tiny anyways. So it's much better just to move that ghoul back, put him back to like wood or whatever, so you don't lose a ghoul in the process. I know he lost 1, but he could have lost 2 if he didn't do that, and that wouldn't have been good. He just saved himself like 120 extra gold, so that's fine. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm watching this with the Fog of War on. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier in the game, but now you guys know, so that's all good. And he's going to keep the harass on. He's not going to be creeping, because even though, sure, Phoenix Remind's hero's dead and whatever, he's only level 1, so he's going to be out probably around now, maybe in like a couple more seconds. So I just turned on off the fog of war. Wait, I'm watching it with the fog of war on. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you guys. I just turned off the fog of war and his Beastmaster was out. So yeah, he's going to keep the harass on. It's not going to be really worth it if he creeps and then lets Phoenix Remind's army get to somewhere he doesn't know, and Remind will be creeping and be gaining all this experience over him. That's no fun. So now his 2 gargoyles just came out. You're going to be wanting to upgrade to tier 3 and then start getting more gargoyles. For the anyways, he's hitting his base right now too, just trying to get that Ancient Protector out, but he doesn't have enough gargs, and the Ancient Protector is too far into the construction. Anyhow, alright, now with the whole tier 3 thing. After you get those 2 gargs out, you want to start upgrading to tier 3, because you need those ghouls to have frenzy. So once they have frenzy, you can take those archers out a lot faster, because the archers are really going to hurt the gargoyles, seeing how they do extra damage to the gargoyles, and take reduced damage from the piercing of the gargoyles. So that's not good. So he's going to want to get frenzy, and later on I'll show you how much that helps. And it's really a bad idea when some undead players stick to tier 2 and just mass gargoyles, and they're at tier 2. I mean, you won't be able to take out all the archers and stuff and get into the back line or whatever without frenzy. It's easy, you won't. So Fob's just hanging outside of his base right now, making sure that Remind doesn't creep, because he definitely doesn't want that. The Ancient Allure was too far into construction for him to try to kill it. If he would have went in there and focused it down, the Dryads, or the Archers, he doesn't have any Dryads yet, the Archers and the Panda would have picked some stuff off with that Breath of Fire that he got first. And so you don't want to do that. It's too far into construction. Right now he was running his Death Knight in front of that hunt and having the Gargs focus the hunt, which is a very good idea, because it gets you a lot more units over them after a while if you can do it right. Slows their units down, lets you basically kill them. Because if you're just going to have gargoyles chase down one hunt, the hunt's move speed is fast, or very fast. Let's see. Yeah, it's fast. So the gargoyles' move speed is fast. So basically they're going at the same speed. So when the gargoyles stop to attack it, the hunts are still running. So they're going to get away, ultimately, unless they're in the red. And then they might not. Okay, so now Fob is creeping, just getting level 3. And then he's going to want to take out those shops before Remind gets those shops, because you do not want the Night Elf player to get those shops and the good items. So he's going to be running, he's going to have them focus his Death Knight first, because the ghouls and gargoyles don't have that much health, so they die rather fast. You have to like move them out really fast to creeps. So then he's going to be moving them in right now while they're focusing his DK. He's just going to focus the Troll Warlord in case Remind comes to jack him, which Remind is. He's not going to TP out though, because Ensnare from the creeps only lasts like 10-15 seconds tops. So he got away without having to do anything as far as wasting a TP. And now he's going to go back in there, now that Remind's units are ensnared, and go see what he can do as far as taking out some Dryads and Archers. If you notice, he's going to have the Gargs focus the Dryads, and the Ghouls focus the Archers. And so he just took out a lot. Didn't you lose? I don't think he lost any units in that. Maybe one ghoul, and that's about it. And Remind just had to waste a whole TP and whatever. So now he's going to be running down to the second shop, and he's going to be finishing that off, because Remind's stuck in his base right now, healing and doing all that good stuff. So it's in Remind's least interest to creep Jack Fob again right now. It's not in his best interest to creep Jack Fob, because I'm sure he doesn't have a TP, and yeah, he just needs to get those units healed up. So now Fob has 2 Wands of the Winds. That's an okay deal for this, but my bad, I'm stuttering. Remind has gone Dryads, and he's going to continue to mass Dryads to try to counter the Gargs with that. And Dryads, as we all know, have abolished magic. So the Wand of the Wind is going to be a little useless, if those dryads have enough mana to abolish it. But if he catches his heroes, reminds heroes far from the dryads, then it'll be okay. Like right here, he Wands of the Winds the Beastmaster, and then continues chasing them because Remind doesn't want to stop all his army and then abolish whatever, because the gargs will just pick off the dryad that stops to abolish it anyhow. And then he's just going to keep Wand of the Winding those heroes, so it's basically units with no heroes fighting him. And right here, this is the part where you don't really care about your ghouls anymore. You just want to take out all the archers you can, and that's about it. And then you take out those dryads, have the gargs focus the dryads, as I said before. When all your units are in the yellow or red, pop that healing scroll. And then right here, he's going to Wand of the Wind the Beastmaster, so he can't use the Staff of Teleportation, but just shows you how useless that Wand of the Wind can be against Night Elf, because the Dryad just abolished it. All he has now left are gargoyles, and he's only going to be getting a couple ghouls later on just for collecting wood, and that's all you really need. So right now, basically, Fob just raped Remind's army. It's like, that was pretty much a good game right there. Not as far as Remind leaving or anything, but just good game on Remind's army. So now that there's no army left to back up the base, he's going to be going for the Wisps and then the Ancient Protector, because you don't want to go for, like, as other races or other units would, you'd want to go for that altar to stop the hero, but gargoyles aren't going to do anything to fortified armor with their piercing damage. So what you want to do is just keep going for those Wisps and just get some experience from that, and deny the Night Elf some wood so he can't get units out as fast, and that'll really hurt the Night Elf. If you take a look on Phoenix Remind's point of view, he has like around 400 gold now, 140 lumber, but later on you'll see he'll have like 1k gold and like only like 30 lumber, which is really bad. Well, for the Night Elf, it's good for the undead, and that's what you really should do when you go to harass. Also, too, you run your Death Knight in first if he doesn't have a big army, to have the Ancient Protector focus the Death Knight for a while, so those gargs don't get hurt as bad. And then run out the gargs once you take out all the Wisps and whatnot. Also, use the map terrain to your advantage, by the way, because if you like fight him on head on, like early game like this, that won't be really a good idea, because his dryads have slow and whatever, so they could chase down gargs rather easy, and you won't be able to get many gargs away. But if you hide them like behind trees so they can just fly back behind the tree or whatever, it'll be a lot easier to micro your